The White River, spanning 362 miles from the Wabash, flows through southern and central Indiana and is home to hundreds of species of wildlife. For years, its water quality has been degraded due to pollution, which has led to millions of animal deaths and renders the water undrinkable. With rehabilitation efforts, much of the local wildlife has improved, but the animals most affected by this lie within its tainted waters. Juvenile mussels in particular struggle in these harsh environments. This is due to the way they feed. They consume materials attached to the sediment at the bottoms of rivers, where there's a higher concentration of water contaminants. This means that pollution and an overloading of harmful chemicals as well as habitat loss can threaten the lives of these creatures. Approximately 70% of freshwater mussels in North America are endangered or extinct. Mussels may be shellfish, but they are not shellfish. In fact, they can be a major indicator of a river's overall health and water quality. As filter feeders, mussels improve water quality by accumulating pollutants such as bacteria, agricultural runoff, heavy metals, and other harmful particles. So, we designed a safer habitat for these endangered young mussels. The Mussel Bed is a device created to promote river health through the survival of juvenile freshwater mussels by offering a safe habitat for them to grow. This project seeks to also bridge the gap between the lack of freshwater mussel knowledge and support given by humans to help local populations in the White River through interaction. This project falls under the umbrella of BioDesign, as a result of combining design and biological matter to solve a proposed problem. The mussels are placed within the container among the sediment at the bottom. This sediment is clean and contains common river materials for them to consume. Next, water is moved into the bed from one side to the next by the power heads, which circulates the water much like an actual river while filtering the pollutants. Finally, the juvenile mussels are laid within the sediment to begin their journey into adulthood. Providing this protected pod for the young mussels to grow in is critical because of the contamination and turbulence of the water within the White River currently. Made of aluminum, the outer layer is waterproof and made to protect the mussels from any outside forces. The top side is also designed with a reflective mussel texture so it can easily be identified by both users and non-users alike. The tandem solar power cells found within this texture allow the mussel bed to utilize solar power technology to energize the power heads and promote sustainability. It is double layered for maximum sunlight absorption. Projects such as Janine Hung's Jellyfish Lodge and Scape's oyster texture were used as inspiration, both using living creatures for the visual designs. Similar to how Jellyfish Lodge uses the likeness of jellyfish to create small rooms made for living, Mussel Bed is visually inspired by mussels. They use their unique shape and are intended to line rivers much like how real mussels do. Janine Hung also utilized the tandem solar cells to power the Jellyfish Lodge, which inspired its use within Mussel Bed. Oyster texture focuses on using mussels for their filtration abilities, and they feature diagrams of the mussels and the structure they are building. This inspired the diagrams which were made for Mussel Bed. Oyster texture and Mussel Bed are similar in their goals. Both projects are designed to create a new way of living for local river life. Community engagement is a small but important aspect that Mussel Bed focuses on improving around the White River. As you can see in this diagram, multiple pods of the Mussel Bed will float together in groups along the White River. The color of the solar cells and texture of the top will make the Mussel Bed visible from a distance and recognizable as a mussel. Because of the size of the pods and grouping of them in the river, passers-by will be intrigued by the new appearance of the river. This will hopefully lead to a curious search into what the purpose of these large floating mussels are for in the river.